What's good, people? It's another episode on the Disaffected Nigerian podcast here on YouTube. Shout out to all my subscribers and viewers. If this is your first time here, do consider subscribing and also click on the bell icon to get notified of my future uploads. So today, I want to share my thoughts on why it is easy for Nigerian politicians to switch parties. Actually, I was hoping to make this video much later. Now recall when I made the video on why I think PDP has failed Nigerians as an opposition party, I promised that I was going to make another video explaining how Nigerian political parties are not ideologically driven. However, with yesterday's defection of Ben Ayade from the PDP to the APC, I felt I needed to make this video earlier than planned. So this is me fulfilling my promise. Alright, the question we might want to ask here is, why is it extremely easy for our politicians to switch parties? I recall watching Omoyele Sowore sometime during an interview. He quipped that a politician can go to sleep in Nigeria as an APC member and wake up as a PDP member the next day. Ben Ayade is the new kid on the block. From the top of my head, I can name some prominent politicians who have switched parties in recent years. David Umahi, Godwin Obaseki, Agboola Ajayi, Yakubu Dogara, Gbenga Daniel, Bukola Saraki, Atiku Abubakar. You can add yours to the list. Of course, the most obvious reason why they switch parties is because they want to win elections. Already, we are getting closer to 2023 and our politicians have begun their shenanigans, not caring about the pains Nigerians are currently going through. While we know that politicians have an inordinate desire for power, the truth is our parties were not founded on political ideas in the first place. Now let me say this. There is nothing democratic about the PDP and there is nothing progressive about the APC. Both parties are of the same ilk, even though they bear different names and have different logos. This is why you can sleep as a PDP member and wake up as an APC chieftain. In America, for instance, everybody knows that the Republicans and the Democrats have different ideologies, very different. That's why it's very uncommon to hear of party switching over there. By the way, the reason I've decided to use America as an example is because everybody follows American politics. I mean, everybody watches CNN. Now, back to my point. The Democrats, for instance, are left-leaning and progressive in their ideology. They believe in having bigger governments, higher taxes. They support minority rights like gay rights, for instance. Now let me ask, does the APC, which claims to be progressive, support gay rights in Nigeria? Can you mention any progressive policies of the APC? Now let's go to the Republicans. The Republicans are generally right-leaning and conservative in their ideology. They want smaller governments and smaller taxes. In fact, some of them would go as far as saying that taxation should be abolished. They tend not to support welfare programs sponsored by the government. They also tend not to support immigration and globalization. The ideologies of these two parties are different, and that's why it is nearly impossible to see a Democrat switch and vice versa. When Trump assumed office, he reversed many policies of the Obama administration. The same thing happened when Joe Biden got in. He reversed many policies of the Trump administration. Over there, policies are made based on ideology. Now, It doesn't mean that the ideologies of both the Democrats and Republicans don't overlap in certain areas. But the fact is, the ideologies of these two parties are markedly different. In Nigeria, sadly, the PDP and the APC don't live true to their names. If there is anything I can say that is consistent with both of them, it is that corruption seems to be the only ideology both parties were founded on. Now, during the 16 years of PDP and so far the 6 years of APC, the common denominator is corruption. But there was a time our politicians subscribed to political ideologies. An easy example is Chief Obafemi Awolowo. His political ideology tilted towards socialism. This was evidenced by his free education policy when he became the premier of the then Western region. We need to have political parties that are founded on ideologies. After all, a political party is a group of people with a common ideology who contest elections with the aim of enforcing their ideals in government. I am not saying that Nigerian politicians should necessarily copy America. We can actually have homegrown political ideologies. We need to come up with solutions unique to our reality. But these solutions have to be ideologically driven. We expect to see more and more defections in the coming months as we get closer to 2023. That's how our politicians roll around here. Alright, thanks for watching. Do subscribe to my channel if you're yet to. Also, give this video a thumbs up. Kindly drop a comment or two on your way out. Now, you can also follow me on my socials to keep the conversation going. Till next time, stay safe.